This is a story of a man named Mr. Dating. Mr. Dating lived in a huge city, and Mr. Dating had a very sad life. He had no friends. No friends at all. In fact, the poor people even bullied him when he was sitting on the street doing nothing. Mr. Dating was sad and trapped in his own mind. So Mr. Dating decided to go home. And as he was walking, he was thinking of this horrible day he had. It actually all started when he was going to work, when he got in a car accident. Actually, in two. So Mr. Dating walked to work, and his boss told him to go see him in his office. So he got to the elevator and was very impatient for the elevator to come down. Mr. Dating was told he was fired. Oh man. And as he walked on, he had to think of that his girlfriend actually left him. When he was walking home to her to have some nice time, she was standing in the living room and kicked him out. Mr. Dating was actually so unlucky that he even missed the bus. Poor Dating. So he decided to steal a car, and he only had one option of car. Of course not that one. There we go. So Mr. Dating picked the lock in front of a police officer, took the car and drove away with, let's say, what about 17 to 20 miles per hour. But what he didn't realize that the police officer actually caught him. So the police came after Mr. Dating. Oh my god, Mr. Dating, what are you doing with your life? This is exciting, isn't it? So Mr. Dating drove with 20 miles per hour in a sharp turn, but suddenly a ramp appeared on the map, and a police officer randomly drove over the ramp, and he crashed and died in an instant. Mr. Dating was lucky for once. So now he only had one police officer after him. Mr. Dating was soon running out of fuel. What are you going to do, Mr. Dating? What are you going to do? So Mr. Dating decided to step out of the car and face his worst fear. But the police passed him. Well, the police wasn't after him. A murder was in the neighborhood, and they were after that guy. So Mr. Dating decided to go home and watch some TV. He would watch his favorite show, How to Commit Suicide. But this time, while Mr. Dating was watching, he came to think of that maybe suicide was the only way to get out of this. Mr. Dating made his decision. He would jump off a roof. But then he heard a scream. Mr. Dating knew in this exact moment that he had to save this life. He was the only one. So Mr. Dating jumped off the roof and landed safely on the ground. And then the pink box was falling. It was so close hitting the ground when Mr. Dating jumped after it. But did he save him?